Something really exciting in the mail today. 320 markers. Draw anything with them, it'd probably be best to swatch them out, and it came with 4 swatching sheets. Done! Okay, has it taken me over 3 months to get to this one section? Actually testing the markers that I bought? Yes. I was a little busy with stuff and, you know, I got a little carried away and I just kept putting off recording. Which is my bad. But honestly, I just couldn't be bothered. So we're gonna color this in and I'm gonna give my review. Honestly, my first impressions of these markers has been pretty good. I'm not really a markers person, so I don't really know what I was expecting, to be honest. I'm more into like acrylic paints and like alcohol. No. I'm more into acrylic markers, just because I don't really like the thick outlines that you need with alcohol markers. I've tried to experiment like with using something that isn't so harsh, but just every time I do it I really run into a dead wall. Brick wall. I run into a brick wall. I always start to mess up my speech the minute I hit record. I've actually forgot how to like speak English, which is really infuriating considering I'm just trying to draw. I'm normally a lot better spoken in person. Okay. Doesn't look too bad. I always wanted to be an alcohol marker person. Like I always bought like the really cheap sets off like Amazon. That's all I would draw with. I might do like a redraw of some of my really old art using like my newer markers in the next 6 to 8 months. Because it's taking me a while to do literally anything at the minute. Okay, I definitely think fun hair is the way to go here. So I really like dyeing my hair. This is a drawing based off me, if you couldn't tell. Obviously. I love dyeing my hair. It's such a fun way to express myself. A lot of the time I really can't be bothered with like putting on fun clothes or doing my makeup. So having my hair pre-dyed, it's kind of like doing my makeup but just without putting in any of the effort. Because at least I'll still get recognized in town without having actually to do like half the work. Something I do find really weird about these pens is they are quite stinky. Which I don't really mind because I do really like the smell of alcohol markers, so it's not really the end of the world for me. But they are like, it does get a little nauseating after a while. Like I find myself holding my breath while using them because they're just kind of that stinky. That's cute, I think. And then I might do the purple on the sides. I really like the colours. I just think they're really nice. I mean, I'd hope they'd be nice considering how many of them are in the set, but you know what I mean. I definitely think I would have preferred the brush tip to the chisel. I like chisels, like don't get me wrong, they're nice. But I didn't really feel like shilling out an extra €100, oops, on just brushes, to be honest. So, because I didn't even know if I was gonna like using them, and to be honest, I prefer my acrylic markers. So, at least we have that going. I feel like they're a lot more convenient than acrylic markers, though. I want to have more thought out videos, like not just me coloring or reviewing something. Honestly, I kind of suck at reviewing. I realized that a little too late into the video. But I want to have more thought out videos where I talk about like bigger topics. That doesn't look too bad. I really like how bright the colors are. I don't know if that's really, you can see that. They're just so vivid and fun. I quite appreciate that on my markers. I just think it's so nice. The thing I'll say about the bigger pack is that it's really hard to find the color that I want. Because a lot of the colors I don't care for using. And a lot of them colors happen to be greens. I don't use a lot of green in my artwork. Which maybe I should. That's a bit cuter. I like that a little bit more. Anyway. So I'm going to colour this in last, but I'm really excited because I want it to be like a really bright yellow. Honestly, I think that's like the best colour in the pack. I definitely think these yellows are the best colour in the pack. Probably do some shading on the skin though, while we're here. Use the glitter pens for the tears. Beautiful aesthetic. I'm gonna do a base coat of like a blue first. Maybe like a lavender mist. Just like in them. Like this, just before we go in with the swirly dots or whatever. The bits. There we go. We might just do a bit of shading on these. We're in there. We're gonna pick the lighter one for the tears. Just gonna do like a swirl type of action on each tear. Like that. I think that's cute. I think that works very well. And see where we go from there, to be honest. I do want the inside to have like that Project Sekai like glow thing. Like their headphones always have like the inside. Like Hatsune Miku has like the pink in the inside of her headphones, I feel like. So we're just gonna leave the inside. I'll probably do like a teal or something, just because there's a lot of pink already going on. So we'll do like a teal. I haven't cried listening to music in a very long time. Like actually like sobbed to a really good song. If there's any recommendations for good songs, I'd love to hear them. Just I need something good to cry to, honestly. Might do this nice blue color for the earth. I think that'd be nice. I do that now, just so I don't forget. I have a bad feeling that I'll pick a different blue and I just won't like it as much. I think this teal is really nice. That's my problem with a lot of the sets, is that I'll use up all my favorite colors, like the blues, the teals, and like the pinks. And then I'll be left with green. I don't know what to do with the greens. Maybe I should make a video where I just draw with greens and see what I come up with. Honestly, I have so many and I think I've only used them for one drawing at this moment. But I think she's done. So we'll move on to the second. No, well, I'm missing the little thing on her head. Whoa, we're using green for the first time. This is crazy. Riveting stuff, really. We'll do bud green, considering it's like a little flower or stem thing. Bud green, bud green, bud green. Yeah. I always loved watching people draw with their alcohol markers. And I was like, oh, I won't be like them. I won't buy a bunch of alcohol markers and then not ever use them. And unfortunately, I was the type of person who did that. I bought a bunch of alcohol markers and then never used them just because I'm more into like paint, like painterly type stuff than like graphic. Like I feel like this is very graphic with the hard lines or whatever. Wait, I'll use the bud green for the earth. Because if I don't, then I'll have a bunch of colors. I generally think that the green is the only color I don't use. I was gonna say maybe browns, but use the skin color for browns. So is there like, I don't know, what's your least favorite color? I don't think green's my least favorite color, but it's definitely a contender. Because I just don't wear it or I don't really use it in anything. Maybe, like, do you count teal as a green? I don't think teals are green. I don't really want to move on to the smaller drawing just yet. I kind of want to do these stars. And I have my favorite out of all of the colors, like out of all the yellows, is the sunflower one. I think it's so pretty. It's like the nicest border yellow, and when it runs out I will cry. I think they offer refills at Ohuhu. I think that's what makes them great. But I don't know. Nothing's been revolutionary. I've definitely found that they're a lot less streaky than the markers I used as a child, because I remember having to really get at it. But they're a lot softer and smoother. So I feel like that's a good plus, but if you don't draw all the time 24/7, then I don't really see a point to buying such a large set. I mean, I know a lot of people like to color instead of drawing, so maybe that could be it, but I don't know, 230, I keep saying 230, but it's 320. It's a lot more than 200. I just over 300 markers for a coloring book? That doesn't make very much sense to me. A lot of people get bored and they see stuff on TikTok and they're just like, yeah, I'll do that. Speaking of TikTok, they annoy me greatly on there, because in Ireland you don't get paid. And I made a fairly good video the other day and it did very well and I don't get anything from it. I know you're not meant to draw for the money, but give me my money, bro. I did good and the algorithm should have rewarded me, but they do not meet the criteria in Ireland for TikTok, which is fine. I understand. That watercolor is so nice. I've never really drawn fish before and I've never stylized them like this, but I find them very beautiful in this style. I don't know. I think I might do the background. I'm gonna finish these guys first for sure. But I think the background would be nice as a dark blue. Just because it'd be space or something. I've been using the color Putty, this one, for the skin. I think it's just really nice for that I'm a olive skin tone, you can tell by my lizard fingers. So I feel like this kind of not overly dark, but it's kind of warmish green. Not green, but you know what I mean. A warmish color. I think it does pretty well for the skin color. At least for this character it does. I find their skin range to be pretty good, but I feel like sometimes it comes up just a little too yellow for my liking. So there's no problem with having the warmer skin tones, but I wish my hair would stay this shade, this vibrant pink color. Because I've already had my hair dyed this color for 2, maybe 3 days, and I can already see it coming up ever so slightly, and that makes me so angry because I've just dyed you. Can you not get out of my hair already? There's a reason you've been put in my hair. Okay, picking markers that were going to be most suited to my fish were quite hard for some reason. Just because I wanted him to look like a salmon, but I don't know, I just low-key forgot what a salmon looked like. But I think they have green faces. I have an image pulled up in the corner, but I'm just trying to triple and quadruple check just in case I get it wrong. Because that'd be mad embarrassing if I got my fish wrong. I'd be such a fake fish fan if I got my fish wrong. I really hate the taste of fish. But something about the smell is super enticing. There's just something super nice by raw fish. It just smells super good. I don't know if that's just that's probably weird considering it's the dead fish smell. But I don't know, there's something so earthy. Nice. I don't like the smell of when it rains and you can smell the fertilized soil though. I think that's gross. That kind of warm, damp smell. Apparently that's how you can, we evolved over time to do that. So we can smell where's fertile and where is not in the earth. And that is gross. I do not want to be developed with that ability. I do not want to smell the ground. Okay, and I think this fishy is going to be yellowy. He's going to be a yellowy fishy. He's going to be beautiful in yellow. Like he was born to be. just because he's like in the middle of the page. And he's not close to this guy, and they're too close to the other things. So I think a yellowy fishy would be nice, and a yellow belly fishy. And the top of him might be like orange or red or something. Yeah, that looks good. He's quite yellowy. He's a good fish. I don't like the face. I don't like the taste of fish either. I think it's quite disgusting. I thought the first time I tasted fish was actually this year because I've always been too scared to taste it. I thought it was gonna be like not sweet, obviously not. I thought it was gonna be like ham, like that kind of tangy ham taste. Like it's a little bit salty, that kind of way. And I was very disappointed to learn that it was not. It just tasted very mushy and very wet. And that was gross. I did not appreciate that at all. Not appreciate just wet fish in like... I tried sushi, that's how I figured it out. And I figured out I hated it. Because I thought sushi would be tasty. Because I know how much everybody likes it online. But it's not my thing at all. He's got a little bit of blush. He's a cute little guy. He's the cutest little guy. Can I give this guy some blush? Hell yeah, I can. And the last guy, he's going to be yellow and... It's going to be yellow and blue. It's going to be a yellow and blue little fishy. Oh no, I cannot do yellow. I can't do yellow. Maybe red? Because he's touching this, so he cannot be red. Or he cannot be yellow. Maybe the tip of his little tongue can be yellow because it's like touching the O of Ohuhu. I don't know if that's stupid. It's gonna work though. That's what it's gonna be. He's gonna be orange. Because he can't be yellow, because he's touching. But I think the tip of him being yellow is kind of funny. That's what he's gonna be. Okay. And he's gonna have some little bubbles in there, and he's gonna have to change to blue now, because he's a blue fish. And I might do a bit of green in there too, just like probably on this. I always used to hate putting blue and orange together. It would make me physically ill to do it, just because I thought they were so ugly next to each other that if I did it I'd like have a mental breakdown inside. But I think that may or may not have been the autism talking and telling me not to do that. So I would not take advice from 8-year-old me when it comes to coloring, because I was 8 and it was disgusting. Yeah, he's a bit ugly. Yeah, he's a little bit ugly. Not everybody can be cute. Not everybody can be cute. Okay, he's okay. He's not the ugliest creature. He's just a little bit ugly. There. Yeah, he's not that bad. He's just ever so slightly ugly. Oh god, no, he looks like he's crying blood. Okay, I'm gonna color in the background with like this dark color, and when I come back I'll give my final thoughts. Okay, this is the finished drawing. Here, zoom up just a little bit into some of the details. Whatever. It's a little bit patchy in some of the areas because I did like a mass fill with this one marker, and I've mass filled with it like at least 2 times. So that's probably the reason. Maybe I'm just not very good at doing that just yet. But I think it turned out pretty well. Like, it's cute. I definitely like this graphic look with the fish. I don't really know if I would draw people with Ohuhu markers. Like, that's normally the thing I draw, but if I were to do it again, I'd probably outline in pencil, I think. Microns are nice, but I think it's just a little too bold, like a little too graphic for me. I like a more painterly, like subtle look. But I definitely think it's nice. Like, I think they're definitely worth the money. So, at least I didn't waste my money on a bunch of pens I didn't need. It's good for me, I guess. But yeah, that's my little review. That's not really a review because I don't know how to review things. This is the finished product. So nice, so lovely. And that's all for the next 8 months. This is all everybody's gonna get. Bye-bye.